下去游泳了。好，走，走啊，走，我们一起游过去。OK， 都把福报带上。
哇，好酷哦！你们要注意安全哦。
放心，我们都是游泳高手。准备。
Welcome to instruction video. In this video, we will show you step by step how to use the fixed blessing. Fixed blessing is an innovative invention which would prevent the event of any occurring tragedies in the water. The drowning victim could use fixed blessing to escape an emergency in the water by inflating the airbag instantly. Its floating aid function will earn more times and increase the chances of the users to being rescued. This product is a technological breakthrough and it has been awarded patents for countries all over the world. Function description. Fixed blessing is an aqua floating aid worn at hand. It allows users to inflate the airbag and hold onto it during emergencies in the water. Its floating aid function will earn more time and chances for users. It can also be a floating aid in swimming classes. A waterproofed watch is attached to a fixed blessing. The fixed blessing thus can be used when not doing any water activities. For life-saving, fixed blessing is only for a swimmer in sheltered water. It helps at hand as a floating assistant, but not as a life vest. How to use fixed blessing. Put fixed blessing on left wrist like a watch. Fasten the wristband and clasp by following the numbers which are indicated around. Screw the CO2 cartridge clockwise all the way until tight. To activate the airbag, simply use your hand to pull the CO2 cartridge upward for about 90 degrees into a vertical position. The airbag will be inflated instantly. The user can then hold the airbag to float and get away from a hazardous situation. To detach the airbag, first release the clasp on the wristband and then take off the wrist. Take off the CO2 cartridge counter by screwing the cartridge clockwise. Hold the airbag with left hand, press down the switch on the watch, and screw the airbag counterclockwise for about 90 degrees. The airbag would then be detached from the belt. A relief valve and an air plug are inside of the watch. Use the plug to keep the airbag airtight and extend the usage time. For storage, put the relief valve on the inflating hole to increase the air from the airbag. The trick of putting the airbag perfectly back to the wristband is to place the airbag on a table or on a smooth surface. Use both hands to roll up the airbag from the bottom towards the side of the inflating hole. Make sure the airbag is flat. Use both hands to fold the airbag into a proper size. Take off the relief valve after the airbag is without any air inside. To link up the belt and airbag, we see one big tenon and a small tenon. Keep the big one underneath. Align the big tenon and the small tenon, then switch them clockwise for about 90 degrees until hearing a very significant click sound. Then it should be locked. Hold up the flattened airbag into another half. Make sure it is completely flat and then roll it up until it's as wide as the belt. Press down the watch and lock it on the belt. Make sure the watch part is in the middle of the folded airbag. Fold one end of the folded airbag 2 to 3 times until it can fit in the belt. Stuff the airbag into the belt, then repeat the same procedure with the other side. Instruction of parts. Cartridge. Belt, which is the wristband, and safety clasp. Airbag and inflating hole. Watch. Release switch. Relief valve and airbag plug. Safety instruction. For using fixed blessing, please choose a suitable model according to the fixed blessing equipment comparison chart of weight and CO2 cartridge size. The wristband and clasp of fixed blessing must be positioned on the lower arm according to the instruction. Make sure the wristband is fastened to prevent the slip of the fixed blessing. The CO2 cartridge must be screwed all the way into functional when inflating the airbag. Please do not try to deconstruct or fix the fixed blessing without authorization from the company. The CO2 cartridge contains high pressure CO2 inside. Do not leave the CO2 cartridge under a high temperature or in any place close to a fire. It must be stored in a cool place, under 43 degrees Celsius. Do not remove the CO2 cartridge if the CO2 isn't completely released. And do not point the CO2 outlet directly to others or yourself. The CO2 cartridge can only be used once. To protect our environment, please recycle the empty metal cylinder. After using fixed blessing in the ocean or a swimming pool, please clean the airbag with fresh water and dry it up before storage. When boarding an airplane with fixed blessing, please follow the airline's company regulations. Do not use the airbag as a cushion. Children have to use this product under adult supervision and in sight of adults. Do not leave the inflated airbag under a temperature of over 43 degrees Celsius. Please release the air when not using the airbag. To ensure your safety, Please do not detach the airbag from the main part while waiting for rescue with the inflated airbag in the water. A fixed blessing can be used as a torpedo buoy with a long over-the-shoulder strap during a long-distance swimming activity. To prevent it from falling off, please, at all times, lock the buckle inside the wristband.